Hello everyone, welcome. My name is PJ, and I welcome you to my Chapter 9 presentation on long-term care. In this presentation, I will go over and explain each type of long-term care setting, highlight statistics of long-term care in the United States, discuss some of the current innovations, and look at what the future holds for the industry. So what is long-term care? Long-term care involves a variety of services designed to meet a person's health or personal care needs during a short or long period of time. These services help people live as independently and safely as possible when they can no longer perform everyday activities on their own. That means things like eating, bathing, dressing, transferring, and using the bathroom. The goal of long-term care is to help maintain your lifestyle as you age. Most people don't know what long-term care is until they or someone they love need it. Factors that affect who needs long-term care. The need for long-term care impacts the entire family, not just the person requiring care. For example, if your son or daughter is taking care of you, it may bring you closer together in some way. But providing that care can be time-consuming, stressful, or exhausting for a caregiver. It also takes them away from their own obligations, including their children, their spouses, and their job. Long-term care needs increase due to increased longevity. Now, what are the factors that affect who needs long-term care? We'll start with age. As you get older, the more likely you will need long-term care. Gender. Since women often live longer than men, they have a greater likelihood of needing long-term care. Family and housing situation. People who live alone are more likely to need care from a paid caregiver. Health. Having a chronic health condition like diabetes or high blood pressure or a family history of them may increase your risk. And then lifestyle. Poor diet and lack of exercise may increase your risk. The aging population. Population demographics and the availability of healthcare services in the United States have evolved over the past 50 years. The economic ramifications of a rapidly increasing population of older Americans, advances in medicine, and an emphasis on preventive care and healthy lifestyles all have impacted the continued growth of the population who require or potentially will require long-term care services. Older adults represent the largest population group requiring long-term care services. Current estimates place the population 65 years of age and older at 44.7 million, which is 14.1% of the population. The oldest population, 85 years of age and older, is expected to grow from 5.8 million in 2010 to 8.7 million by 2030. Many people are growing older alone because of smaller family size, single parenting, and divorce. The increasing economic need for family members to delay retirement and work outside the home also reduces the availability of family caregivers to participate in the informal family caregiving system. The duration and level of long-term care will vary from person to person and often change over time. Here are some other statistics. Someone turning age 65 today has almost a 70% chance of needing some type of long-term care service and support in their remaining years. Women need care longer, who average 3.7 years, than men, who average 2.2 years of long-term care. Only 1/3 of today's 65-year-olds may never require long-term care support, but 20% will need it for longer than 5 years. And then 63% of caregivers use their own retirement and saving funds to pay for care. Types of care settings. Long-term care facilities are institutions such as nursing homes, skilled nursing facilities, and assisted living facilities that provide health care to people who are unable to manage independently in the community. This care may represent custodial or chronic care management or short-term rehabilitative services. The site of care delivery categorizes long-term care programs. Institution-based services are those long-term care services provided within an institution such as a nursing home, hospital with an inpatient extended care or rehabilitation facility, or inpatient hospice. Now, community-based program services coordinate, manage, and deliver long-term care services such as adult daycare programs, residential group homes, or care in the recipient's home. Home-based long-term care includes health, personal, and support services to help people stay at home and live as independently as possible. Most long-term care is provided either in the home of the person receiving services or at a family member's home. In-home services may be short-term for someone who is recovering from an operation, for example, or long-term for people who need ongoing help. Most home-based services involve personal care, such as help with bathing, dressing, and taking medications, and supervision to make sure a person is safe. Unpaid family members, partners, friends, and neighbors provide most of this type of care. Now, while most people want to receive long-term care services in the home they've always lived in, that option isn't always right depending on the need of the person. Innovations. Long-term care needs are not only confined to older Americans, but older Americans are the fastest growing proportion of the population and are the major consumers of long-term care services. Advances in medical care have made a longer lifespan possible, with accompanying challenges presented by chronic disease and physical limitations. Concepts such as aging in place, life care communities, naturally occurring retirement communities, and high technology home care are some of the changes that offer enriched alternatives to long-term care recipients. The future of long-term care. The United States will need more and diverse long-term care programs in the future to serve increasing needs, especially of older adults. Some of the causes underlying the intensifying need for diverse long-term care service options include social and economic changes in families, more sophisticated medical technology, greater consumer demands, and changes in U.S. population demographics. An undercurrent of concern continues to run beneath all aspects of long-term healthcare delivery, especially regarding the development of responsive, patient-centered, quality-driven, accessible, affordable, and cost-effective healthcare services for all citizens. So that wraps up my presentation. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope you're able to get some insight into the world of long-term care. Thank you.